Hi folks. Today I just wanted to talk to you briefly about the time in Scotland when houses were heated by only a single coal fire. Now I know many of you in North America have had a really cold spell of weather recently. In Scotland we had a bit of a cold snap back in December. Fortunately it's now ended. But that cold snap certainly brought back memories to those of us, you might say, of a certain age, of winters gone by. For when most of us in Scotland, when we were wee children, it was most likely that the only heating you would have in your house would be a coal fire in the living room. So here's a picture of the type of coal fire we had in my family in the living room of our house. Now this fire would heat the living room, plus it also heated the hot water. So if your coal fire wasn't on, you had no heating at all in the house and no hot water. The rest of the house, the kitchen, the bathroom and bedrooms, rarely had any heating at all. In my own house when I was younger, there were fireplaces also in 2 of the 3 bedrooms, but to be honest, these were never lit. Unless you were ill in bed and the doctor was due to call, the fire would be miraculously lit. To compound matters, my mother insisted on our bedroom window being open a small bit all year round, as she was a great believer in the benefits of fresh air. So when we came in from school in the winter, there was a mad scramble to get the fire lit, as the house would be freezing cold. It would then take quite a while for the room to heat up. And then it had to heat the hot water. Now the bathroom in winter was always cold, even when we were taking a hot bath. And there was always a problem if someone had used up all the hot water, as you would then have to wait for the coal fire heating up another tank full of water. Our grandparents lived near us and their house was even colder than ours. They only had one wee fire in the living room. Here's a rather grainy picture of them at New Year time. And you can see the small coal fire there. That was the only heating in their whole house. Yet all this didn't seem to affect our health at all, with my grandparents, both of them living well into their 80s. And now here we sit in our lovely centrally heated houses, bleating on about how cold it is. Very much changed days. Another form of heating that was essential in my younger years in Scotland was the hot water bottle. Now I'm just going to show you one here. Now you may think, what is that? Is that a whiskey flask or something? No. This is a hot water bottle, a stone hot water bottle. And you can see it's got a catch on the top, and you would unscrew that and you would pour hot water into here. So for me as a young boy, every night my parents would make up these hot water bottles that had to then be put into the beds to heat up the beds before you got into them. They worked really well, but there was a couple of drawbacks. One was, they're very hot to touch, so you couldn't cuddle them, as it were. You couldn't hold on to them or anything like that. 2, if you were in bed and this was pushed down to the bottom of the bed then, and if you hit your foot on it or stubbed your toe on it, it was really sore. The other thing that used to happen to them was that if they fell out of bed during the night, they would make a terrible noise. It's quite a heavy thing, especially when it's filled full of water. So that was a drawback to them, but they did stay hot a long time, and they did do the job. They heated up your bed for you before you got into bed. Now these were then superseded by rubber ones. I'll just show you one of them. So here's a rubber hot water bottle. I'm not sure if these are still available. They probably are, but I'm not aware of it. But anyway, the old stone hot water bottles went, and my parents got these rubber ones. This is one we've had for many years. And again, there's a little catch on the top, and you would unscrew that, and you would fill the kettle, and you would pour boiling hot water in there to fill it up. Now, it was quite difficult to fill these. The stone one was easier because you could lay it flat on the counter and then pour the water in. With the rubber one, you have to hold it. So basically you would sort of hold it here, and you would pour the water in from the kettle here, and then you would have to ease the steam out, and then you quickly put the top on, and you'd have to make sure you turn the top very tightly, as you obviously don't want any of the hot water leaking out. And that again was put into your bed. to heat your bed up. But the good advantage of this one, the rubber one, was you could cuddle it, as it were, could keep you warm during the night on those cold nights. Now, when I was young, this is how we got our hot water bottles. I'm not sure if there were covers available then. I certainly wasn't aware of them. And this is what my mum and dad did for all of us children in the house. But later on, covers were introduced. So this is a cover for a hot water bottle. This is our cover for our hot water bottle. We call him Black Bob. Say hello to Black Bob. So what you then do is fill the hot water bottle and you put the hot water bottle into the cover, and then you can cuddle that. Now, the only time nowadays, of course, that we would use a hot water bottle in our house actually is if somebody's ill, somebody's not well, and they're in bed. What happens is somebody makes up a hot water bottle for them, and they put it into Black Bob, and you get given that, and you can cuddle into it, and it makes you feel so much better just cuddling Bob and keeping you nice and cozy in bed. So that's just a very quick summary of how we used to have to keep warm in Scotland. Just the one coal fire in the living room to heat the house, really, or to heat the main room, to heat your hot water, so you had some hot water. And B, we used to use the lovely hot water bottles to keep warm at night, warm and cozy at night. Anyway, that's all from me, and I wish you all the very best from Scotland.